In a quiet village outside Kumasi, the sky often stretched endlessly, painted in shades of blue and gold. Two brothers, Kojo and Kwaku, grew up beneath it, their bond unshakable. They laughed together, fetched water from the stream, and chased each other barefoot across the red earth. One afternoon, after school, they decided to build a kite from sticks, colorful fabric, and string. With steady hands and hopeful hearts, they worked side by side, shaping it carefully until it looked like it could carry their dreams into the sky. As the evening breeze picked up, they tested their creation. The kite danced above the treetops, swaying against the wind. The boys promised each other that this kite would not be a toy for just one season, it would be their tradition. Every year, no matter how much they grew, they would come together to fly it. The pact was sealed not with words alone but with the sincerity in their laughter echoing across the fields. The following year, their bond remained strong. They prepared the kite with care, mending small tears, tightening knots, and ensuring it would soar higher than before. They ran across the open field, the kite pulling against the wind like a restless spirit ready to be free. Neighbors often smiled at the sight of the brothers, their joy brightening the whole community. It seemed nothing could separate them, not time, not distance, not even hardship. But fate has its own way of breaking promises. One afternoon, while chasing a football near the roadside, Kwaku, the younger brother, ran too quickly and stumbled into the path of a speeding lorry. The village fell silent that day. Kojo's cries echoed louder than the wails of mourning women. His little brother, his best friend, the keeper of their kite's promise, was gone forever. From that day, the kite became more than a toy. It became a memory, a reminder, and a burden of grief carried by one brother alone. The first year after the accident, Kojo returned to the field with the kite in hand. His legs trembled as he stood where he and Kwaku had once laughed. With the wind rising, he lifted the kite into the sky, but this time, no one ran beside him, no one shouted with joy, no one helped tug at the string. The silence was heavy, broken only by the whistling of the wind through the tall grass. Tears blurred his vision as he looked up. Flying the kite without Kwaku was like flying without wings. Yet he kept his promise, year after year, standing in the same field, clutching the same string. Each time the kite soared, he whispered Kwaku's name into the wind, believing that somehow, somewhere, his brother could see it. For the villagers, it became a sorrowful sight, one brother chasing the sky, haunted by a shadow that would never return. Years passed, and Kojo grew taller, stronger, yet lonelier. The kite aged with him, its fabric fading, its frame weakening, but he refused to let it go. He repaired it with threadbare cloth, convinced that as long as it flew, his promise to Kwaku would remain unbroken. But each repair was a reminder that time could not be mended as easily as fabric and string. On the eve of the festival one year, Kojo stood again in the field, the kite trembling in his hands. Children laughed and played around him, but their joy only deepened his sorrow. He no longer saw the beauty of the sky, only the absence of the one who should have been beside him. As the kite lifted into the air, Kojo whispered, "This is for you, Kwaku." His heart beat with both pride and pain, clinging desperately to the fragile thread of memory. The wind was stronger that day, harsher than Kojo expected. The kite fought wildly in the sky, twisting and straining against the string. Kojo's grip tightened, sweat beading on his palms. He begged silently for it to hold, as though losing the kite meant losing his brother all over again. But the string, worn from years of use, could endure no more. With a sharp snap, it broke. The kite drifted upward, carried away by the wind, shrinking into the distance until it vanished. Kojo fell to his knees, staring at the empty sky, his hands trembling with the useless string dangling from them. The villagers watched from afar, but no one dared to speak. For Kojo, the broken kite was not just a lost toy. It was the final farewell to his brother, the end of their yearly promise, and the cruel reminder that some things, like love, like life, could never be held forever.